Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. If you like the video today, please come in and share it. We'll surely appreciate it here on 100 Yards of Football. I'd like to give special thanks and honor and blessings to my producer today, Mr. Logan Landers, for making it happen for us today here on 100 Yards of Football. Today's video is on the NFL legend, college football legend, War Eagle, Auburn University, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Kansas City Royals, Mr. Bo Jackson. So if you like the video, please come in and share it. I'm your host, Vincent Turner. And joining me to break down, as some people are saying, the greatest athlete that ever played both sports, football and baseball, the very talented Mr. William Yanish III, writer for FirstRoundMark.com. So if you like the video, please come in and share it. Mr. William Yanish, start us off with your opinion, your honest opinion. Is Bo Jackson the greatest athlete that's ever played football and baseball? The best through-a-threat athlete ever to play a professional sport?
Yeah, let me start on this, man. This goes all the way back to Tecmo Bowl on Nintendo, man. I remember that game well, and Bo Jackson, that was the greatest, just greatest athlete on that game, greatest athlete in the world. I mean, this one dude, I mean, running a 4.140 is something that's just absolutely crazy. The thing is, everybody knows that he is, what could have been, after a total of 38 games, and getting his hip dislocated, rushing for 2,782 yards, 16 touchdowns. I mean, it doesn't even begin to explain, what it was watching this guy. I mean, watching him on the football field was something. I mean, I don't even know how big around this guy's thighs were, but I mean, he was the ultimate explosion. And what happened to him, I remember that game well against the Bengals when he had his hip dislocated, and he ended up with AVN, which is avascular necrosis. And I know all about this because I've had the same problem and had both my hips replaced because of the same kind of deal where the femoral head that locks into your pelvic bone actually starts dying. And even after that, Bo Jackson, he tried to come back to play baseball, for the White Sox and try to do everything. It just, I mean, I can't even imagine what that's like. I was 42 when I had to have both my hips replaced. And I mean, it was to the point where I couldn't hardly walk for almost a year. But I mean, this guy, the ultimate in what could have been, and one of only, 23 players, ever that's ever won the Heisman and been the number one overall pick. And, that's not too bad for a running back, in a quarterback driven league and all that, watching, like I said, just watching him grow up and watching everything that happened. It's like, what really could have been, I mean, is the ultimate question. And that is the one thing that is always going to come up with Bo Jackson. And I don't know. What do you think, Vincent?
We watching 100 Yards of Football today, and my name is Vincent Turner from the 901 Memphis, Tennessee. So I'm going to say some things that some people might not agree with me, and they might get upset, but I got to tell it like it is. And I think the people that's going to watch this video are going to know who I'm talking about. Bo Jackson, there's no question about it. He's got what I say probably the greatest dual ability threat athlete that's ever played both sports, baseball and football. And what he done on a professional level, it's just been outstanding. When he got to Auburn in 1982, there was no question about it. I thought Bo Jackson will at least win 2 Heisman trophies as a running back. I remember his freshman year in '82 against the University of Tennessee. He had over 100 yards rushing, and he was in the same backfield with Pat Washington, Randy Campbell. Well, let me get it corrected. Randy Campbell was the quarterback at the time. He was in the same backfield with Lionel Train James, Auburn, Georgia. Let me give him some credit, and Tommy Agee. And I remember watching that game because I was a huge University of Tennessee fan. I said, this gentleman's got a chance, as I said, to win 2 Heisman trophies and next Archie Griffin. But that never panned out at Auburn. And he ended up with the Heisman Trophy, had over, 4,300 career rushing yards, averaged 6.6 yards a carry. Auburn went to the Sugar Bowl his junior year, and they went to several other bowls, but he never, to me, really stood up to being that guy and carrying his football team to the promised land. And I'm going to be honest with you. There was a game in his senior year when Auburn came ranked #1. I was up in the stands. They came to Knoxville, Tennessee, September the 29th. And Tony Robinson and the University of Tennessee put that wood into them. In that Tennessee defense that was led by Dale Jones, Charles Davis, Richard Cooper, they put on the show. And Bo Jackson took himself out of the game in the second half. And from that point on, I kind of lost respect for Bo Jackson being that guy, being that athlete. He went on and won the Heisman Trophy that year. He went on, got drafted #1 in the NFL draft. But I didn't gain respect for Bo Jackson until he started playing with the Kansas City Royals. And I saw some of the plays in his hitting ability because he played AA ball in Memphis. And I said to myself, hold up, now I didn't see this with Bo Jackson when he was at Auburn, but I wasn't going to school at Auburn. But what I knew that he was special was 3 key moments. Monday Night Football against Brian Bosworth in the Seattle Seahawks. 221 yards, and he had that 90-yard touchdown. I said, man, he doing this, and he's played a half a season of baseball. Then the 1989 All-Star game, when he homered in the first inning and hit that thing deep. Then that 89 season, where he hit 32 home runs, had 105 RBIs, and then played a half a season, went with the Raiders and had 950 yards rushing. I said to myself, okay, my respect goes back to Bo Jackson. I said, man, if he stays on track, he probably going to lead the Raiders to a Super Bowl. And that's a good chance that he might win the World Series ring with the Kansas City Royals just playing a half a season. There's no question about it. When you look at an athlete of his size, 6 even, 230, 4'240", strength, if we're talking about skill set, A+, courage, A+, 5 tools guy in baseball, A+, physical gifted, A+, yards after running, A+, elusive, burst, acceleration, vision, A+. There's been no better athlete that's ever at any level played baseball or football. But I would say this, in Bo Jackson, 2-time Pro Bowler, that's one thing when we talk about great athletes that play both sports. And that's going to be an argument, who's the best, him or the young man that's coaching at the University of Colorado, or Mr. Yanish is living in the state of Colorado. I want to give it to Bo Jackson because he's got that power and speed, and I still would give it to Bo Jackson by that little much. But I still have to say Deion Sanders is right there neck and neck, because Deion Sanders won 2 Super Bowls. Deion Sanders is the greatest cornerback that ever played in the National Football League. Deion Sanders got to a World Series. But the one thing I'm going to take away from this, Deion Sanders played at a high level of both sports in college in Florida State. The one thing I can't get out of my mind, and I got to tell you today, Mr. Ronnie Keebler, because I know you're a Bo Jackson fan. I'm going to put your name out there. I just can't get out of my mind being in the stands that September 29th day, 1985 at Knoxville, Tennessee, when Bo Jackson took himself out of the game. But we're talking about the greatest athlete that ever played professional sports at a high level in football and basketball and baseball, Bo Jackson. But I have to still say that Deion Sanders is right there knocking at the door. Mr. Yanish, your final words on Bo Jackson today.
Like I said, man, what could have been, everything else. I mean, he's a great player, and like I said, that he'll never. I don't think we'll ever see a running back built quite like that again.
If you like the video today, please come in and share it. We surely appreciate here on 100 Yards Football. My final words about Bo Jackson. What he done on the football field and what he done on the baseball field at a professional level once got to the pros was unbelievable. Run up walls, catching fly balls, run up walls, pull them out of the fence for they go over for home runs. His ability, what he did on Monday Night Football against the Seattle Seahawks, outrunning Brian Bosworth. It's no question about it. Winning the Heisman Trophy at Auburn University, going over 4,500 yards. Maybe an argument, he might have been the best player in college football that year, but I'm still going to keep in my heart to the fans at Auburn University, to my brother in crime, who I love, Ronnie Keebler. I can't get out of my heart. He took himself out of the game against the University of Tennessee when Auburn was ranked #1 in the country, and Auburn needed him at that time. And Tony Robinson out of Leon High School put that wood to him, and Tennessee won that football game 38-23. If you like the video today, please comment and share. We'll surely appreciate here on 100 Yards of Football. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. It's been excitement to talk about Bo Jackson, running back at the University of Auburn, War Eagle, the Las Vegas Raiders, and my man helping me to discuss Bo Jackson, Mr. William Yanish III, and our producer, the very talented Logan Landers. Y'all be blessed here on 100 Yards of Football.